Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? This is where I'm at on my last square or hexagon. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. I'm trying to stay cool this morning. We've got the windows open, fans going, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I think I joined it now. Yeah. Top of the third, 1, 2, 3. And then I get the royal blue. Two, 3. I'm getting this pattern from my book about hexagon motifs. I kind of thought it was a neat book, so I ordered it for as part of my Christmas gifts. So I got that one there. And double chain 2 and double. Hi, Daphne. Good morning. How are you? I'm working on my granny squares granny hexagons. I don't know if you've been following along with me, but I've told my subscribers to make squares or rectangles or some types of blocks we're gonna put together. I'm making hexagons. I made 4 light blue, 4 white, and 4 royal blue. And then I wanted to make 4 more to make a lapgan. So I made 2 like this, which I still have to weave in the ends. And I made this one, and I'm making another one like it. So that's going to be our project for next week, is we're going to join them together and make something. Some people are making placemats. I'm making a lapghan. I'm going to go around it with black. And I'm going to join them with black too. So how are you doing? What are your plans for today? I'm doing good. I just finished taking my tent down for a family camping event this weekend. Awesome. Hi, Juanita. How are you? Working and lurking. Okay. All is well with you. Good. So I'm working on my granny hexagons, or these. I'm making a second hexagon just like this one. And next week we're all gonna join them together. I'm about to start working on a baby blanket. Wonderful. Do you have grandchildren? Or do you know someone having a baby? So Juanita, what do you are you working on any crocheting at all? I don't have grandchildren yet. My kids are at the age, but they're not ready yet. Maybe I will participate. That would be great, Daphne. We'd love to have you, because then I would like to post all the pictures. The blanket will be for my nephew. Awesome. Just blanket whips. I have about 4 of them and a lap blanket to finish. Awesome, Juanita. So I've got 2 big blankets going on right now, about 4 tops, and this lapkin. I'm thinking I might just, after I take some pictures of this lapkin, I may donate it. I may bring it to my father-in-law, who's in a nursing home for memory care. He doesn't know anybody anymore. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very sad. Okay. Daphne says, I'll keep you running, but I'll be right back. I have to get my kids fed. All right. Yep. Juanita says, I also have 2 sock whips, fingerless gloves, and one that can be either fingerless gloves or socks, and a knit poncho and a sweater on Sleeve Island. Okay, back to work. All right, enjoy. Hope your day goes well, Juanita. Yeah, I'm not very good at knitting, so I do mainly knit mainly dishcloths, which I've got to do more of. But I've got so many crochet projects going that I want to get some of these done first. Then I want to knit baby booties. I feel kind of comfortable doing those, especially free patterns on the internet. Then other people who knit can help me with them. I get Crochet World magazine. It's the only magazine that I get. Oops. I'm not tying this off yet. Wonderful. One, two, mm. Hello. I know Juanita's here. Daphne's feeding her kids, which is a great thing to do. Make sure they're fed before they go to school so that they can learn. You're back. So what are you? Okay, you got your tent done to go camping this weekend, which is awesome. And you're about to start working on a baby blanket for your nephew. I'm reviewing your notes. And now you fed your kids. Cool. How old are your kids, Daphne? Oldest just turned 8 yesterday, and the youngest is 5. Awesome. So you're much too young to have grandchildren. My kids are 24 and 26. One is married, the other one is getting married next year. They have grown up too fast. Right, no grandkids for me. I don't have any either, Daphne. But I have made baby things, and the kids are like, is that a hint? I said, well, I feel good enough to crochet right now. There have been days when I don't feel like I can. So as long as I feel good enough to crochet, I'm crocheting. And I'd rather have it ready for them, something for them that you could give them if I can't crochet anymore by the time you have kids. Yep, they do that. They grow up so fast. So are they in school? Most of the people that are subscribed to me are older. That's why I said that. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't know how old you were. Actually, I've never seen you on my lives before, so but I'm glad you're here. I'd like to get to know you a little better. Okay, I'm trying to think if this is, yeah, this is where I join it. I almost have this one done now. And all I gotta do is get my uh, handy dandy darning needle to work in ends. That's the thing with doing grannies with different colors. You've got a bunch of ends to work in. I much prefer doing them in one color. Because I hate working in ends. But if you want a project to look good, you have to. One of my friends once showed me her masterpiece, which was like a beautiful Afghan that looked like stained glass with all the small pieces. And she hates working in ends, so she didn't do it. So her masterpiece was beautiful until you saw the backside. Handy dandy darning needles. Yeah, one color if you can. And I did that with the solid hexagons. And rather than try to do the snowflake ones like I said I was going to try, I decided to do the multicolored ones. Sometimes I try to work the end into the work before starting a new color so I can have less to do when it's all finished. I do the same thing, but it doesn't always work out that way. So that's okay though. Keeps me out of trouble. I'm a substitute teacher, Daphne. So I work when I want to, but some schools started last week. The city that I substitute in started Monday. I couldn't believe they called yesterday and asked if I could work. Normally, the first few weeks of school, you don't get any jobs. And now it's like the first day of school, they're asking for people. It's ridiculous. I don't do full long-term positions right now because I'm doing Pilates twice a week, and that keeps me going. I think otherwise I would be in a wheelchair. I hurt that badly sometimes. So Pilates is like physical therapy, except it works the smaller muscles as well as the larger muscles. You have some squares you're making for a make along with the ends, and the ends are keeping me busy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those ends are. I don't like doing granny square projects for that reason. But I've never done hexagons, so I wanted to try hexagons. Daphne says, I sure schools need a lot of teachers these days. Yeah, there's a lot of teachers that quit during the pandemic. So now they're hiring substitutes for year round. And I won't do it because substitutes don't get the benefits. They don't get the insurance. So I do one day at a time or 1 or 2 days assignments. Yeah, I did Pilates yesterday and I do it again on tomorrow. I try to do Wednesdays and Fridays classes. I can't do work and Pilates. It's too much. Schools takes too much out of me. My kid's school has lost a good handful of teachers in the last couple of years. I believe it. Yeah, I went to a substitute teachers conference, and they said a lot of the subs are going to be doing year-round work, or at least this semester. I can't do that. Not with what I've been through in the past. I need to do Pilates. That comes first. Just do what you can. I usually work in the high schools. When you have a group of 20 plus kindergartners, first graders, second graders, they want your undivided attention and short attention spans, and they tattle a lot on each other. And when they say so and so did such and such to her, it's like, I don't know who so and so is. I can't do it. It's just too much with all the little kids that you don't know. At least the older kids have longer attention spans and they don't tattle. They don't expect you to know who everyone is. I only learn the names of those that are giving me a hard time. I've thought about doing Pilates. I can definitely get into it to help with strength and toning. That it does. When I was young, I was in a big accident. I had multiple broken bones and head injuries. Both my legs were broken, and they didn't think I would live. So they didn't take proper care of me while I was in the hospital. They slapped the cast on my leg without putting it in, flexing my foot. The other one was in traction because it was the femur snapped. And they didn't do anything with it for 2 weeks. they left it, they didn't put it in traction. So it was broken for 2 weeks without being repaired. Being 8 years old and in the growing stages, of course, my bone healed broken. So they had to re-break my leg to put it in traction. I had head injuries. I don't remember much. I don't remember getting hit by the car. I woke up from the coma 3.5 weeks later, not knowing where I was. Things eventually came back to my memory, but I still don't remember the getting hit by the car. So all the physical therapy that I've done in the past, it worked the major muscles. It didn't work the small muscles in my feet and in my legs. So Pilates is working all that. And man, oh man, it's a lot of work. But it feels good afterwards. But I'm usually exhausted by the time the Pilates class is done. I go to a Pilates studio for that. I also go to the YMCA and I do Pilates there, but they don't have as much equipment. How long is an hour? 55 minutes. Got one end worked in. So, what are you, Daphne? What do you make? Do you have a channel too? I like your name, Daphne's Creative Touch. I do have a channel. I knit and crochet mainly. Well, that's cool. I don't crochet or I don't knit very well, so I don't do it too often. I have knit a lot of dishcloths, and I've done baby booties in the past and adult slippers. I have trouble knitting hats because when you get to the crown, when it gets really itty bitty, I have problems. I'll have to check it out, Daphne. I do a lot of lives. I do some tutorials. Not very many, though. I've been crocheting almost 30 years, almost constantly. Very few breaks in between. And I just got up the nerve to start a channel uh, in June. Figured once school was out, then I was able to spend more time on it. Because when I start working, I won't be able to do as much. But I do a lot of lives because it's easier for me because I can do the lives on my computer. I don't know how to record on my computer, but I got things like this to hold my phone up, and I bought myself a document camera, which is usually great for teaching. Most classrooms have a document camera. So I bought one for me. So that way I could use the document camera. I plug it into the computer, and then I see I could point the document camera at my hands doing the crochet work or knitting work. I've done a little bit of knitting, but not much. Decreasing a knit hat can be hard. Hi, Roberta. How are you? You're going out now? Juanita's lurking, and Daphne and I have been getting to know each other. How are you, Roberta? I'm working in ends on my granny hexagons. Daphne says, hi, Roberta. See, Roberta? And I've got a few more to work ends in after this one. Thank you, Daphne. She said the blue is pretty. Yeah, I kind of thought so too. Be a good one for a man in a wheelchair. Good Lapkin. I must have been thinking about my father in law. He's in a nursing home. He still walks. As far as I know, last time I saw him in June, he was still walking. He lives in Wyoming. So that's the last time we went to Wyoming was in June. My sister-in-law had him at her house as long as she could. But when he started getting violent to wanting to hit his caregivers that were coming to the house, it was too much. Which is when they put him in a home. Assisted living, well, convalescent care, memory care, because he's got dementia. But thank you. Huh. Says there's 6 people in here. There isn't 6 people who are talking anyway. Now it says 4. Yeah, I don't get too many people in my lives. Usually, like this time of the morning, there's Cynthia's Joyful Creations has her Bible study or prayer devotions. And most of my people go to there. Sometimes that can be the best place for dementia patients. My great grandmother can get violent, but then she's the sweetest thing ever at times. Yep, yep. Yeah, my father in law, we had him in assisted living, and they came and told us that they can't take care of him anymore. So they put him in a convalescent home while he got better. And he was not wanting to, if he wanted to go for a walk, you better let him go for a walk. And they didn't want him to leave the building. So he threw a chair through the window to get out. So then he went to stay with my sister in law and her husband, and they had caregivers coming in. And then it got to the point where, yeah, he didn't recognize me in June. Hardly. He asked me if we were acquainted. I said, yeah, I married your son 28, 29 years ago. So sad. Very sad. Yep, what a pain this is, working in ends. So, what time do your kids go to school, Daphne? I got a text from my daughter in law. I had some perfume sent to her from Amazon. Well, I ordered it from Amazon and it was delivered, but they've had problems. Um, Checked them, and the perfume was in there. I'm so. All right. Glad you got it. I will contact them again to let them that you All right. My kids haven't started back to school yet. They have another week or so out. When they do go back, it'll be 8 to 3. Okay. Excuse me. I have to go now because a friend of mine, well, my daughter-in-law texted and said they found the perfume that we sent her after I told Amazon that they didn't get it because they didn't find it. I guess they just found it. So I am going to get off here so I could contact Amazon and tell them. Then I'm gonna have breakfast but I'll be back on, okay, Daphne? It was nice chatting with you too. And I will check out your channel too, Daphne. Thanks for coming on. It's always great to meet new people, new content creators, and people in general. You're welcome. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe and blessed. And I tell people to be kind to others. Kindness makes the world a better place in which to live. All right. Take care.